All right, you guys, we're doing some heart-centered sales skills and drills with Jessica, and she hasn't told me we can make this public yet, so don't worry. If no one sees this, it's not public. If it is, awesome. It's great training. So what I'm going to do is, Jessica, I'm going to take you through the first step of the heart-centered sales first, so you can get an example, and then I'm going to have you take it through me, and I want to get this done in 3 to 5 minutes. Does that sound good?
I'll do my best.
Beautiful. And the reason why we do it so quick for the skills and drills is because repetition is king, right? The more you do it, the more you see it, the better you get. And if you can do it in 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, now in 10 minutes, you have three repetitions, as opposed to if you do it in 10 minutes, you have one. Now we drill it over and over and over again. You get better 10 times faster. Okay? So, Jessica, let's play with this. Deep breath in. And when it comes to coaching, what's your biggest pain and problem right now? And I want you to go really deep, really fast. What's the biggest pain and problem?
Feeling confident.
Feeling confident. Tell me more. Why is that the biggest problem?
Especially feeling confident asking people for money.
That's different. Feeling confident and then feeling confident asking for money. That makes a lot of sense. What about asking for money is challenging or you don't feel confident about?
I feel like I'm taking something away from them that they need.
Ah, beautiful. So what I want you and other people to tune in with is this is it. I want you to tune in. Feeling confident. Okay, tell me more. That's very vague. Confident asking people for money. That is a little bit more specific. Why is that a challenge? Because I feel like I'm taking something away from them that they need. Beautiful. That's a belief. So instantaneously, I go into belief elicitation. Beautiful, Jessica. So that's a limiting belief. I don't know if you knew that. And it's a very common belief. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't take away something that they need, then I'm hurting them, right? But you're a coach and you're here to help them. So it's like a weird conflict of interest. I want to help you, but in order to help you, I need to hurt you. That doesn't feel good, does it?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So let me tune in. Why do you feel that you're taking something away from them when you're offering them your coaching?
Because for a lot of people, money is hard. You need it to survive, just pay for basic needs.
And for a lot of people, money is hard because,
Economy is rough.
hmm, which means,
People's survival could be at risk.
gotcha. Jessica, let me ask you this: did you pay for my coaching?
Yes.
Are you in the same economy everyone else is?
Yeah.
Are you dead yet?
No.
So what makes you different than the people that you're helping?
Well, some people are worse off financially. I mean, a lot of people are better off too, but there are people who are worse off financially than I am at this point in life.
Hmm. You know what I found as a coach?
Hmm.
Oftentimes, I believe someone can't afford it, and then they pay in full. I'm like, oh man, like hey, do you want a payment plan? I know it's a lot. $1,500 is a lot to ask for. And they're like, oh no, I'll just put it on my credit card. It's fine. What I can pay in full. And then I'm like, whoa, what? Holy shit. Now, why do I think that? Because I don't have $1,500 sitting around that I can just throw at a coach. So what I'm really doing is I'm projecting my own stuff onto them. That's the worst thing you can do as a coach. Did you know that?
That makes sense.
Right. So when you're a coach, what we really need to be doing is we really need to be getting into the mindset of curiosity. Because what happens is if you get in front of 10 people, and let's say seven of them can afford your stuff, but you assume that the economy's rough, people are going to die, they can't afford it. If you're assuming that, then what happens is you're actually telling those seven people who can afford it that they're less than who they really are and that you see them as less than. So
Mm.
what you're doing, what your job as a coach is to see their best version, their highest
Mhm.
self, their highest version, so that they can live into it. But what you're doing is, I'm gonna take the lowest of the low when it comes to financial security, and I'm gonna see you as the lowest of low, even though you're not even that. How does that make you feel when you think about it?
I don't like how it's worded.
Why not? Because
Um, I don't wanna be the lowest of low.
you're not the lowest of low. You're telling your clients unconsciously, I don't believe that you can afford it. I believe that you're lower than you actually are. That's what you're telling them unconsciously. Would you want to work with someone who sees you as the lowest of low?
No.
How many clients do you have right now?
For coaching?
Yep.
Um, 4 well, 3 now.
How many are paying you?
They're paying me, but some are paying like $10, $15, and some are paying
Uh,
like 100 or more.
so some people can afford $100 a call,
Yeah, but
and
the
some
ones who
people can
can't,
afford 10.
they like the $15 is a stretch for them, and there's like no way I could possibly ask them for more without putting them.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
this is what I'm going to do, and this is cool because this is the quick win. What I just did was I discovered a problem. There's a belief that you have that if you are selling them coaching and giving them life-saving services, you're also hurting them in another way, which creates cognitive dissonance, and now you don't want to ask for money.
Mm,
That's a problem.
mhm,
And it's also an illusion because some people are paying you $10 a session because that's where they're at. Some people are paying you $100 a session. But can you see what about the people that want to pay you $500 a session? Where are they?
I don't know. I haven't discovered them yet.
You haven't discovered them, or you don't have the eyes to see them.
Mm,
So take a deep breath in. Beautiful. So what did I do? Biggest pain, feeling confident asking people for money. It's not that you're not confident asking people for money. Does the belief change work? It's that you actually think you're hurting people.
mm,
Now, if I told you that if you charge $1,500 for 6 sessions, which is basically $250 a session, which is actually more than double what you're asking right now. If I told you that if you could do that, then you can help people who can't afford anything, but you are also surviving at that point. I want you to think about it. I was able to take on a client for 300. She can't afford anything because she has a chronic health disorder. She is alone and she gets disability. And she, for 10 years, she literally broke down on the call with me. She was like, I have been trying for 10 years to fix this by myself. Why? Because I keep running into the wall. It's like I don't have money to get therapy. I don't have money to get a coach. She's like, I watched a 37-hour like marathon of like a therapist convention because I was suicidal and I needed to figure out how to I needed to hold on to something. I needed to learn what was wrong with me so I can fix it because I was so broken, but I didn't have any money, so I couldn't afford anything. So I was sitting there in a marathon trying, okay, is it childhood? Is it this? Is it attachment styles? Is it this theory? Is it that theory? That's where she was. And she broke down on the call, and I want you to tune into this. And this is good because we're doing the skills and drills. This is actually how I would do a call. I'm telling a story to reframe the belief, right? I sat down on the call, and you know me, I'm sitting back. I'm like, oh, tell me more about that. Because I told her, I was like, I did the heart centered sales process. I said, I do 6 calls, $1,500. What do you think? She was like, oh, like I really want to do it. I love it. It's like, what's going on? What's that? What's happening right now? She's like, she started crying and she told me the story. She's like, I really want to. I know I'm supposed to work with you, but I don't have the money. And this is actually this happened before I even told her the price. I was like, do you want to work with me? She said, yeah, but the money and money, 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 money. I was like, no, money's over here. Do you want to work with me? I was doing the heart centered sales process.
mm,
And then she gave me all the reasons why she can't work with me. She gave me all the reasons why she can't work with me. All of this, and I'm too broken, and I don't have money, and I've been doing it for 10 years. No one will help me. And I was just sitting there laughing because I'm like, you don't even know what I'm offering yet. You're so trapped in your bubble, and I'm so relaxed. I'm like, I just keep going, keep going. What's your limiting belief as a coach? And it came down to it. She's like, I have zero money, no money. I can't work with you. I was like, why not? She said, what do you mean? Why can't you work with me? Well, because your services are worth a lot of money. I was like, okay, yeah, they are. Why can't you work with me? It's just challenging that little belief. And it came down to, and I want you to tune into this. I just needed her to say, I need help. That's it.
Mm.
I knew I was supposed to work with her. I knew my alignment. I didn't care. I knew I was supposed to work with this person. All I needed her to do was to put her story to the side, become vulnerable, and ask for what she needed, which is actually her medicine. That's what she needed me as a coach to help her do. To say, I need help. Because anytime she asked for help, she got hurt. She got let down. People left. People ran away. People fell through. I can't trust people. I just need to get her back to that state of vulnerability where she says, I need help. I said, just ask for help. She said, well, but I can't. See what happens. Started crying, all this stuff, told me about the therapy and all the, and I was suicidal. Okay, I'm here. She finally got to the point where she said, I need help. I said, awesome, I can help. She said, what? What do you mean you can help? Yeah, I can help. Let's do it. I can do 3 for 300. Let's do it. I'll put you in the group so you have a group, right? You have community. I train coaches. She's like, I was like, you don't even know what I offer. I literally train coaches who need practice. So I can give you free coaching if you want. I have people who need to coach people. So you're actually valuable to them. I have like 5 people that will want to coach you for free. And I was like, because I want to work with you and I see you, I want to give you 3 free calls. 60 minutes shorter than my normal ones, but I'll give you three free calls so that you can get support, you can have community, and you can get practice sessions from people in the space. How does that sound? She just was like, oh my God, her whole fucking light and heart started crying, all this stuff. But the reason why I could do that is because I'm not like struggling right now. If
Mm.
I needed her to pay me money, I wouldn't have been able to offer her my services at the price she could afford. So, Jessica, what I want you to think about is as a coach, if you're struggling, you can't help people who are struggling. If you're drowning, you can't help people who are drowning. I
Mm.
did this because I love helping people. Money second. But if you put money second all the time, then you're drowning and they're drowning. Now no one's swimming. Now you're both fucked.
Mm.
So charge what you're worth with people who can afford it so that you can offer the services to people that you really resonate. You're like, fuck, man, that's me. I know what that feels like. I really want to help. You can offer them support, meet them where they are, but you're not drowning. Because if you're charging $15 a session with everyone, guess what? You're fucked. Jessica, if you didn't have a job, you'd be fucked. But if you're charging $250 a session, which is what you're worth, to those who can, and people do it all the time. I got signed on like 3 people, right? $1,500, easy. It's like easy clockwork like this. They'd be like, I don't know, 500 a month. Let's do it. Hey, can you do a payment plan? Yeah, let's do it. Awesome. People can do it. People can afford it, and they do all the time. So when you can get comfortable with that worldview, then when someone comes along like this, where they really need you and they trust you and you're the person they trust, but they really can't afford it, they can do $40 a session or something like that, then you have the capacity to do that. But you can't help someone who's drowning if you're drowning. So
Mm.
I want to tune in with you. And when you think about when I am charging people money, I'm hurting them. What is that thought now? What do you see instead?
Mm. I'm trying to go there, but my heart is really hurting for her, especially being a therapist and knowing that like she was failed in that way, and when she was suicidal, she had no support. I'm trying to move beyond that, but that really like
I don't want you to
hurt
move
my
on
heart.
beyond it. I want you to know that you're doing the same thing. You're with that belief is causing that pain. I want you to think about that for a second. Don't move beyond it. I want you to think about it for a second. That pain that you feel right there,
Mhm.
if you don't have, think about how many people that you can be helping if you were financially off well, if you were doing really good financially. How many more people do you think you could help? How much more time would be opened up in your schedule, if you didn't have to worry about money and working 20, 30, 40 hours a week, how many more people do you think you'd be able to support and help? Who really need the help, who can get the help, who want you to help them, not just manage their disorder, but like to really change their life. What do you think you would do with that?
Yeah, I definitely think I could open up more time in my calendar.
Yeah. So you can take on more people for more money and you can support the people who really need it, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts?
Hmm.
So this is what I want you to tune into. This is good. This is the skill and drill. What I just found you told me is like my heart really hurts for that person. So I know that you really value supporting people in need. That's what I got. Jessica really values supporting people in need. So what do I do now that I have a value using my heart-centered sales process is I tie that value to what I need her to do, what she needs to do, her next version. You need to raise your prices so you can help more people in need. You see? So I found the value, I found the pain, I found the, oh no, the limiting belief. I shifted it, I transformed it, and now I'm using that to motivate you to get to where you want to go. So, Jessica, what I want you to do, and this is step number 2 of the process, I want you to imagine that you can support people, but instead of supporting people with your time, because you're able to raise your prices, because you have confidence to sell your stuff with confidence and competence, you're like, oh yeah, that's 1,500 bucks. You don't have it? We have a payment plan. No worries. Put the money to the side. I got you. Right? When
Mm.
you can get there, I want you to imagine how many people you could support in a group coaching container for 20 bucks a week or a group coaching program where you can help those people for $100 a month, $50 a month. Think of that. You can help 20 of her in 2 hours a week, and you can make more money than if you had a one on one client. How would that feel?
That feels really good.
Hmm. Take a deep breath in. What's coming up for you in this moment?
It's feels like there's two parallel worlds and they're so similar in so many ways, but they're so different because, well, to a degree, the way I'm living my life now, I am doing my best to help as many of her as I can. Most of my clients in therapy are Medicaid clients.
Hmm.
And I know with working with the population, 15 minutes isn't really sufficient to actually fully help. It can be a
Hmm.
powerful 15 minutes, but so I'm
That
just having like a clash of beliefs.
is where's the 15 minutes coming?
The group container. Like if you help everyone like her in 15 minutes, imagine how many people you can help. It's like, well, if people are like really in that level of pain, is 15 minutes really gonna
Yeah, but there's only one of you. But if they're in a group full of 20 people, now they have a community. How many times have
true?
you reached out to Naomi and Heidi and they reached out to you and you've connected and you just had calls because, hey, I need some support. And now all of a sudden you can talk to the group chat and say, hey guys, I'm really messed up. But James has 6 calls today. Sorry guys, I can't help because I'm helping people who pay me, pay my bills. But I've created a resource for you so that you guys can help each other. And
Mm,
then when I have the time now, I can step in. Do you think that's
okay,
not valuable to someone?
that's extremely valuable. Yeah.
Exactly. And someone's on the thread right there at the edge. What do they need? They need a group of people to say, we see you and we love you,
Mm,
that they can trust, that they build trust with over time. So it's not just one person, they're relying on you. And it's like, if Jessica doesn't respond in 24 hours, oh my gosh, I'm dying. It's like, no, it's like, I trust all these people because they saw me, they felt me, they didn't judge me. So this is what I'm saying is that's super valuable. And you can help people who can only afford 50 bucks, 100 bucks a month.
mm,
Now you have that. And if someone can't afford your one on one coaching, instead of feeling like you're hurting them, it's like, hey, if you can't afford it, that's fine. I have a group.
mm,
Now you don't have to turn anyone away. You have something to sell them. You can't afford 250 a session. Can you afford 15 a session? It's $50 a month. Every
mm.
week we connect. You get the one on one, the hot seats, the community, the all that stuff. and now you have something to sell them.
Mm.
So for me, you can't afford my one-on-ones? Guess what? $100 a month, Dreamweavers Academy. And then when they say, holy shit, I got so much value from this, you just solved my fucking problems and this and that, I need to work with you. So I'm going to save up or I'm going to take out a credit card. And it's like, I need to work with you, James, because I feel like you can get me there 10 times faster. Yes. And then now they've connected with you for 6 months in the group and they know that I can trust you. And now they're willing to pay more money. You see how that works?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got a little bit off of the heart-centered sales concept, but this is why I do like 45, 60-minute calls because it's like, look at like, how are you feeling now about this?
Feeling better. Yeah.
So it's like the people that you're spending 2 hours with, think about this. You're spending 2 hours, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 2 hours with someone who's paying you $15 a call, right? You could be helping someone who can afford you at that price. You can help someone for 2 hours and they're paying $250 an hour so that you can make space for more people like that. And then you offer them the extra support of the whole community. See how
Mm.
that works? And you
Mhm.
have a network, so like you can get someone else to offer them support as practice. So now there's a equal energetic exchange. I need a coaching client and you need a coach. Let's do it. Now they're getting coaching for free, right?
Mhm.
So you see how there's like deep value for every level where someone is? And then when someone can afford the next level, there's so many out there. And guess what? You don't even recognize some people say like, "Hey, I will pay you $70,000 to come into my business for a day." Did you know that, Jessica?
Oh, wow.
$70,000 for a day. Come into my business, fix it. Mhm.
That's insane. Wow.
It sounds insane, but if I can come in and fix your business in one day, first of all, it's not going to take you 12 months. It'll take you one day. I want my business fixed now so that, you can go out and like fucking grow your own tomatoes for free. Packet of seeds costs 45 cents, but it takes you fucking 3 months.
Mm.
Or you can go to the supermarket and get an organic hand grown tomato for $5. What are you going to do? I want a tomato sandwich now, right? So it doesn't take long. One day, $70,000. And then they come in. What if they come in, you pay $70,000, but all of a sudden you make an extra $500,000 this year? Was it worth it?
Mm. It's an investment then.
What if someone comes and spends $1,500, $3,000 on you, but you save their marriage, and now they don't have to pay us $70,000 over the course of the next, 15 years for child support and lawyer fees? Is $3,000 worth it?
Yeah, it's a lot better than the alternative.
hmm And then someone comes in and they're like really struggling. They don't know what's going on. They're really depressed, and you say, "Hey, if I gave you $10 million, would you take it?" Ask them that. If I gave you $10 million, Jessica, would you take it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The only caveat is you're not going to wake up tomorrow. You still going to take the deal? Ten
So I
million
die?
dollars. $10 million, but tomorrow you don't wake up.
No.
Oh, so you're saying that tomorrow's worth more than $10 million?
Mm.
When's the last time you actually lived your life, Jessica? You've been sleepwalking through your life, numbing out using alcohol or addictions, casual sex. Yeah? Are you really living? Are you really waking up in the morning? Well, you just said that waking up tomorrow is worth more than $10 million. So what happens if I can wake you up tomorrow? How much would that how much would that be worth to you?
Apparently at least $10 million.
Do you see? I'm only charging
Mm.
1,500. You see how that frame works?
Mhm.
Now you're like, "Oh, fuck. Man, 1,500 for 10 million, that's a good deal, wouldn't you say?"
Yeah.
But when you're thinking, "Oh, it's $1,500 and like, oh, but like I don't know if I need it." It's like, how are you framing it?
Mm.
What are you getting out of it? "Oh, I'm getting coaching." No, you're not. You're getting your fucking life back. You're getting a happy, healthy relationship. You're getting all the needs met and the tools that you should have gotten from your mom and dad when you were 2 years old that you never got, and you've been walking through life as a 2-year-old. Imagine what would have happened in high school. What would high school have been like if you knew how to regulate your emotions? Right? You probably wouldn't have been the fucking outcast. You probably wouldn't have been depressed. You probably wouldn't have started smoking cigarettes. Probably wouldn't have become addicted to alcohol. Right? You probably wouldn't have your heart broken. Is that worth $1,500? If I were to go back when you were 10 years old and said, hey, buddy, I'm going to train you how to become a fucking wizard so that you can whiz through life and you're higher and more understanding than 95% of the population, you're more emotionally mastered than 95% of the population. Would you give me $1,500 to do that over? Yeah. How much money you make a year? $50,000. It's like not even like it's like 0.5% of your income this year. It's not worth that. So you see how you start framing money as like, dude, it's nothing. It's literally nothing. What you want is to be fucking happy. You see? What I'm doing right now is I'm helping you understand the mindset of like heart-centered sales. Because I want you to think, how do you feel in your body right now, Jessica? I want you to tune into that. How do you feel in your body in this moment?
I'm just in awe. I just don't. It's like awe, but also like ew, because like I don't feel like I have that level of balls to like. That is like really like, you know.
Hmm.
I don't even know the words for it, but it's very like you're like on them until they. But it's like for their greater good, but it's like
Wow.
it's intense.
Hmm. Well, I want you to think about it. Me as a coach, what's the alternative? I let them go off into the world, and then what happens to them?
They stay in the same cycles.
Why am I intense, Jessica? Why do I believe in this? Because if I let them off in the jungle, think about this. The metaphor that I'm just making up right now that I want you to think about is I want you to imagine that you are a defenseless baby, okay, because no one trained you. You don't have any skills, you don't have any tools when it comes to relationships. And I'm going to let you out in the world where there's tigers and lions and people that will fuck you over and take advantage of you just because you're a helpless, innocent baby. And I'm going to let you go in the middle of the night in the Amazon rainforest where there's fire ants and jaguars and all that stuff. You don't have fire, water, tools, anything like that. And I'll be like, yeah, sorry, like you just can't afford it. Sorry, just go off into the woods and die. And then 3 years from now, they commit suicide because they're in the same toxic relationship and now they think it's pointless and hopeless because they tried everything. Meanwhile, they didn't try you. Someone who can actually help. Yeah, drugs don't work. Therapy doesn't work. Did they try you? No. Why? Because you're afraid to ask for a couple dollars. That's the mindset I want you to think about. At that point, would you let someone go? If you
No,
knew, if your mom was in this room and you knew she was about to walk out that door and get hit by a bus, would you let her walk out of the door?
no.
Why not?
I don't want her to get hurt. I love her.
Where did we start at the beginning of the call? What was the first thing out of your mouth? I don't want to ask people for money because I'm going to hurt them if I do. Remember that?
Hmm.
And where did we just get you to?
I don't want to let them leave because they'll get hurt. But how do you do that from that empowered place and not like
Pause. Jessica, pause. Do you see how you just did a complete 180? I can't ask them for money because I'll hurt them. And now it's I can't let them leave without giving me money or they'll get hurt.
it's an intense shift?
What did I do?
You hypnotized me. The belief elicitation.
I did belief change work. I coached you. Now, Jessica, it took more than 5 minutes, but that was what, 15 minutes? We'll look back at the tape, 15 minutes, let's say 20 minutes. If I can make you do a full complete 180 in 20 minutes, what do you think can do over the course of the next 2 months? What do you think we could do if we meet once a week for 2 months? What do you think in your life would change if I can change everything 180 degrees in 20 minutes? What do you think that would do for you?
Be some really powerful transformations.
Like what? What would transform? What would change in your life if you could have confidence? Do you see what I'm doing? If you could have confidence asking people for money, and right now you're confused, you have cognitive dissonance because you don't know how to do it. I'm telling you, I will teach you how. It's not hard, right? I just showed you how I change people's beliefs just by having a casual conversation. So that's the easy part. How is easy. I want to know is what would that do for you? You see how I just transition into the next skill, which is
Yeah.
uncovering people's desires? So this is what I want you to think about. This is the heart-centered sales process. If you can get really good at uncovering the biggest pain, and you're like, "Well, I'm not confident." I'm telling you, no. It's not that you're not confident, it's that you don't have the right mindset.
Mm.
That's me saying you came into the doctor's office with a headache and you're saying, "I think it's because I slept on my neck wrong and I did your blood and it's because you have a fucking mold problem in your house and you're going to die."
Mm.
It's not because you slept on your neck wrong. No, that's not the cause. That's not you have a symptom as the headache. And I diagnose the symptom as you have a fundamental mindset issue that you can't fix yourself. I've gone on YouTube, Jessica.
Mhm.
All they do to teach you mindset is motivational speeches. That is not going to fix your problem. You see the world. You have a paradigm in which you see the world and how you see yourself in it and how you see other people in it. And what that paradigm is telling you is that you're taking something away from people who need it. Well, what I'm saying is you need to completely flip that paradigm upside down in order to say, if I don't give them what they need, then I'm hurting them. How do
Mm.
you flip the paradigm around? You work with me. Now, let's talk about what working with me is going to do for you. You transform it. What do you want instead? What do you really want? And then that's the next skill. Why is it important for you to have it? This uncovers their values and elicitations, or values and criteria. What do you want? Let's play with this. We have a couple more minutes, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to get on you with a separate call, and we're going to have someone else as a third party come on. It'll be me, you, and someone else, and you guys are going to skill and drill it together so I can give you feedback. Does that sound good? Yeah, and it won't count towards your coaching calls. This will be a separate practice, and I'll record the training for everybody. Okay? So let's do
Sure.
this. I have 7 more minutes. Let's see if we can get this done in 7 minutes. Does that sound good? And then what I want you to do is I want you to listen to this, and anyone listen to this, I want you to just replay this in your head because what I did was I gave you all of my objection money mindset concepts. One, it's reprogramming your brain, and you saw that Jessica's brain got reprogrammed in 15 minutes to do a complete 180. So if you listen to that over and over and over again, you're going to cut new neural pathways in your mind. And then not only are you going to start thinking it and believing it because you start to see it. I'm taking my eyeballs and giving them to you, my ears and giving them to you. Not only is that going to happen, but it's going to start to stick in your language and you're going to be able to express this to your clients too. How did I learn this? I listened to hours and hours and hours of books on money, hours of books on sales. I have like 15 books on sales and I just went for walks and just listened to this shit. So it became a part of who I am. It's just how do you see the world? What angle are you looking at it? Right now, Jessica's looking at it through the angle of, oh no, someone's in need and money is scarce and like, oh my gosh, but you're not looking at all of the people who are literally searching for the answer with money in the bank. You're deleting all those people from your reality because you don't think they exist because you don't experience it. I'll tell you right now that I had one of my mentors, she charges $30,000 a year for coaching.
Wow.
And I was like, I fucking need it. It's a lot of money, but I need it. I took a $15,000 master coaching program. We'll throw $80,000 at college and end up with a fucking piece of useless paper, but we're not willing to like spend $1,500 on a life changing service. Do you see how that's kind of silly when you think about it? I'll spend $80,000 to get a job that doesn't exist anymore, but I'm afraid that people aren't going to want to spend $1,000 on me.
Yeah.
You see? So listen to this over and over and over again. It's gonna reprogram your brain, I promise you. And now we're gonna do this in 5 minutes because that's all we have. Okay, Jessica, what do you want instead? I got you. What do you want instead?
To feel confident asking for money, to know that I'm helping people when they're accepting my services and giving me money.
Hmm. To know I'm
uh,
helping people when they accept my services.
to make enough money that I'm not drowning and able to help more people comfortably.
And notice, you guys, she just used a concept or a metaphor that I gave to her. What do I want to do? Take enough money in so that I'm not drowning and I can help more people. Did she originally have that thought? No, I gave her that thought. Now she's like, yeah, that's what I want. You see that, Jessica?
Mhm.
That's called conversational hypnosis. And I have a program for that. So, anyone listen to this, if you want to learn conversational hypnosis, I gotcha. Okay. So, Jessica, what I want you to do is I want you to think, I want to feel confident asking for money. I want to know that I'm helping people when they accept my services, and I want to make enough money to know I'm not drowning so that I can help more people. Am I hearing that correctly?
Yes.
Beautiful. The echo technique. I just used her words and I got her to say yes. Why is that important to you? Why is confidence, not drowning, and helping more people feeling like that when they buy your services versus thinking you're hurting? Why is that important to you?
So I feel like I'm thriving and I can better help other people to thrive.
Thriving can help others. What else? Why is that important?
It's in alignment with my values.
What else?
Um, I want to be secure for the future.
That. Yep. Ha ha ha. Did you feel that was a little bit deeper than the other ones? The other ones are
Yeah.
important, but you were like, I want to be, as soon as you said secure, take my ears, put them on your head. As soon as she said secure, my heart said, "Oof, that's the thing." So, Jessica, ultimately, what will thriving and helping others to thrive, being in alignment and feeling secure in your future, ultimately, what's that going to give you?
Peace of mind and safety.
Ah, and how you know that you are experiencing peace of mind and safety? What do you feel in your body?
Calm,
Mm,
stillness,
stillness.
clarity.
There. So notice these are concepts, these are values. I value peace of mind, safety, calmness, stillness, clarity. So she values those things. So ultimately, let's imagine, you sign up with me, you start working with me. Notice I'm framing that. Let's just imagine you sign up with me today. We go on a 6 week journey, and I can help you get calmness, stillness, clarity, peace of mind, and safety. And those are just locked in. That's just who you are now. I want you to tell me ultimately why is that important for you to have? So I framed it. It's like, this is me. I have all those things. I can give it to you. Why is that important that I give you those things?
Because I think that aligns with like who my best self is, my higher self, the self that is fully healed beyond like the pain, the trauma, and it's like really self-actualized.
Beautiful. And I want you guys to know I actually did this in 5 minutes. I have another call in 1 minute, so I'm just going to go over this quickly. Ultimately, why is that important? It aligns with my best self. So, what she's telling me, my friends, is that she wants to align with who she really is deep inside. That's a big thing for her. It's what she wants. And to fully heal behind the trauma. So, what I would do in this moment, I would be like, tell me more about the trauma you want to heal from. I would go back to the pain and really hammer that part home. Self actualization. So, what that tells me is she really values these things, right? And if she had those things, she would feel peaceful, calm, still, and clarity. So, Jessica, take a deep breath in. And I want you to feel all that. I want you to feel self actualized, fully aligned with your best self, fully healed beyond the trauma. And notice that you experience deep calmness, stillness, safety, peace of mind, and clarity. Taking a deep breath in. How does that feel?
Feels really good.
How do you know it feels really good?
Because it feels like it's already present.
So you're telling me that I took you to the deepest low of lows, uncovered the biggest pain, and now I gave you everything that you want and it's fully present now?
In this moment,
Hmm. Now, what happens after we leave this call, Jessica?
hopefully I get to take it with me.
But do you have the skills that I have to take it with you? Can you just call upon that whenever you want and fully heal your trauma and self actualize yourself?
I don't think I have all the skills you do now.
Yeah. So now I transfer into boom, alignment. Hey, are you open to hearing what I have to offer?
Yeah.
Deepest pain, uncover the problem, the gap, what you need. I can do that. And then highest highs, we're going to get you there and put you on top of the mountain right now. That's heart centered sales. Now, put the money aside. Do you want to know what I have to offer? Check for alignment, and the alignment call will be a next call because I have another call right now. Okay? So, Jessica, send you lots of love, and I'll see you guys on the next video.
Thank you,